Good morning, children. How are you all? I hope everyone is fine there. In a family, the father is the head of the family. He only for he was the person who gives food to that family. Without him, without him, we cannot stay in that family because he gives each and everything: food, shelter, dresses, each and everything he provides it. He only looks after the family. If the father is not there in that family, just imagine that how the life will be. Life will be miserable. We cannot expect anything from that family. Yes, I can say definitely. But nowadays, in that family, when the children grow up and when they marry someone and they forget their parents, they may not give the food to their parents. Just imagine that whatever they have it, and they struggle hard and they gave to their children, but the children will not look after these parents. Not, I'm not saying all, few of them. Still, they are throwing outside, getting out, getting outside, throwing outside, pull outside. Just imagine that. Who will look after their parents? And not only that, after that, they fight for the property. Even brothers, sisters, they fight for the properties, and they take it each and everything, and they fight each other, and they quarrel each other, and they divide each other. Nowadays, it is happening like that. Now, present, what we are going to read it, that is one act play, which means role play, script, drama. So we can also call it as drama, script, or role play. So that is the Dear Departed. The Dear Departed. One it is. What do you mean by departed? Dear departed, who are near to us, dear to us. Departed. Departed means passed away. Departed means passed away. Or we can also say died. Okay. Departed means dear. Departed means a dear one, near one, who died, who passed away from us. So how much we feel how much we feel it. Just imagine that we feel very sad, we worry about that person. And the best example I can say, in my family, my own brother, when I was teaching here only in a day scholar, that is a PVN, in 2016, my brother met with an accident. He died. He passed away. How much I felt. 1 month I worried in such a way. I was not like a human being. Such a way worried. Just imagine that when the dear one departed from us, passed away from us. Just imagine that we cannot control ourselves. We feel in such a way. We feel worry because each and everything before my father. When my father was there, my father used to help me and look after me. But once he died, once he passed away from me, and next to my brother, he was also passed away. So I worried in such a manner. Yes. In this role play, some humor is there, somewhat. Okay. Wit and humor. Wit means, what do you mean by wit? Wit. Wit means ability to think quickly. Ability to think quickly. What may be, when somebody talks, it immediately gives a response and thinks immediately and gives, and cleverly he gives the answer, and cleverly he does the anything whatever may be things. Humor means funny. Humor means funny. Now just you can see that picture is a Relangi, and another person is also comedian. Okay. In old films, especially old films like Nageshwar Rao, Nageshwar no, Nageshwar Rao, and some other Inti Rama Rao. So those films you can see that these people, even Rajababu, those persons are comedians who makes jokes, who makes funny, and makes others to laugh in such a manner. Now present generation, you can see that, especially who is that? Who is the comedian? Brahmananda. Not only Brahmanandam, Sunil, Hali, these are the persons who may make the jokes and make others to laugh in such a manner, and they can enjoy. People can enjoy by listening their jokes. Okay. Now it is somewhat in the Dear Departed part 1 and part 2 also. There's some humorous is there, funny is there. So let us do that. So the way of writing role play, first we have to write it heading. Heading you have to write it the Dear Departed, and then afterwards you have to introduce the characters. We have to introduce the characters. Let us see that. First I wrote Dear Departed. Next, characters. Characters. Yes, here Mrs. Amelia Slater and Mrs. Remember the names. Mrs. Elizabeth Jordan. Both are sisters. Okay. Mrs. Amelia, listen carefully. Mrs. Amelia Slater, Mrs. Elizabeth Jordan. These both are the sisters. Here, Mr. Henry. Mr. Henry is the husband of Amelia Slater. Mr. Henry is the husband of Mrs. Amelia Slater. Ben Jordan is the husband of Mrs. Elizabeth Jordan. Okay, Ben Jordan is the husband of Mrs. Elizabeth Jordan. Okay, these both are. Victoria Slater. Now see here, she is a girl. Victoria Slater is a girl of 10 years. A girl of 10 years. She is the daughter of Mrs. Amelia and Mr. Henry. Daughter of Victoria Slater is the daughter of Mrs. Amelia and Mr. Henry. Okay. Now, Abel. Main character it is Abel Merriweather is the father of Mrs. Amelia and Mrs. Elizabeth Jordan. So, Abel Merriweather is the father of Mrs. Amelia Slater and Mrs. Elizabeth Jordan. Is it clear to all? Mrs. Amelia Slater, Mrs. Elizabeth Jordan are the sisters. Both are sisters. One family only. They belongs to one family. Those are sisters. And Mrs. Amelia and Mr. Henry, they are the wife and husband. Okay. Mrs. Elizabeth and Ben Jordan are the wife and husband. Okay, Victoria Slater is the daughter of Mrs. Amelia Slater and Mr. Henry. Okay, na? And Abel Merriweather. Abel Merriweather is the father of Mrs. Amelia Slater, Mrs. Elizabeth Jordan. Okay, na? So first you have to introduce. When you write the script, drama or role play, first introduce the first you have to write title, that is the dear departed. Okay, next you have to write the characters, you have to introduce the characters. Next we have to go just explanation about the personalities, how this person is like. We have to go for we have to write about those persons, how they are, how they acted, how what are the characters. Okay, na? Then let's see that. Look at the book, everyone. Page number 37. Okay, the dear departed, already a character introduced on the board. Now let us see. Yes, when drama begins, now you can also see in our places, when the drama begins, what they do first? They raise the curtain. They raise the curtain. Curtain means in Telugu tera. They open the curtains. When the curtain rises, Mrs. Slater is seen lying the table. Mrs. Slater means Amelia Slater. The wife of Henry Slater. She was the person. Mrs. Slater is seen lying on the table. Lying the table, that we can see it. She is a vigorous. What do you mean by vigorous? Mrs. Slater was the vigorous person. Vigorous means, let's write it. Vigorous. Vigorous means physical activities involve using a lot of energy. So the best example I can say, vigorous woman means physical activities involving using a lot of energy. And you can see old films, Suryakantamma. Whatever she wants it, she talks in such a manner. Very energetic manner she speaks it. That is the vigorous. Plump means rather fat or rounded. Plump means rather fat or rounded, or you can say fat person. She is very fat person, like Suryakantamma. He speaks in such a manner. Okay. Red-faced. She is a red-faced one. Vulgar woman. Vulgar means bad. Vulgar means bad woman. Bad. Vulgar woman, prepared to do any amount of straight talking. Prepared to do any amount of straight talking to get her own way. Yes, when she wanted something, and she straightway, she prepared to do any amount of straight talking, whatever may be, and she gets it, and she brings her own way, her side. That is the woman. And then she is in black. How she is? She is in a black color. She goes to the window, opens the window and calls into the street. Yes, she goes near to the window, and she opens the window and she calls out in the street. What is she calls it out? Let us see that. So character introduced first. She was the first person, Mrs. Slater. No, Mrs. Slater, the wife of Mr. Henry Slater. Okay. She speaks sharply, speaks loudly. Victoria. Dehi hear means do you hear? Dehi hear means do you hear? Come in, will you? So said these words, Mrs. Slater. And she goes near to the window and she opens the window and she speaks it in a very sharp manner. How? Very loudly. Victoria, Victoria. They hear. Dehi means here. Do you? Dehi means do you hear? Come inside. Will you? Who said these words? Mrs. Slater. Who is the Victoria? The daughter of Mrs. Slater. Amelia Slater. Victoria comes inside. Victor, the daughter, comes inside. Mrs. Slater again. I am amazed at you, Victoria. I am surprised at you, Victoria. Why is she saying surprised at you, Victoria? I really am. Really surprised, amazed at you. Why? Be off now. Remove now and change your dress before your Aunt Elizabeth and your Uncle Ben come. So she was telling, Mrs. Slater was saying, Amelia Slater was telling to the daughter, be off now, remove now and change your dress before your Aunt Elizabeth and Uncle Ben come. So here Elizabeth means the wife of Ben Jordan. Both are uncles, aunt and uncle. Okay, so before they come, you have to change your dress. It would never do for them to find you in color with grandfather lying dead upstairs. What she was telling that I would never do for them to find you. If these two people when they find you in the new dress, wearing that colored dress, okay, doesn't look. Why? Because your grandfather lying dead in the upstairs. It doesn't look it. Go and change your dress. Who said these words? Mrs. Amelia Slater was telling to daughter Victoria. What are they coming from? They haven't been here for ages. Daughter was asking the Mrs. Slater, what are they coming for? Why they are coming for? They haven't been here for ages. For many years they were not here. Why they are coming now? Who said these words? The Victoria was asking question to Mrs. Slater, Amelia Slater. And Slater was answering. They are coming to talk our poor grandpa's affairs. What they are coming for? They are coming to talk our poor grandfather. About grandfather, they wanted to talk about what are the affairs they have it, what are the things he had it. They want to talk about that person. Your father sent them a telegram as soon as we found he was dead. As soon as we found he was dead, he means the grandfather dead. Immediately we sent the telegram to those uncle and aunt. See, a telegram means here. Those days we did not have cell phones. When you want to talk to that person, we have to write compulsory letter. It takes 3 or 4 days or 5 days takes it to reach that person. But telegram means we use only few words, not much, few words, few letters. Then we send it immediately. It reaches immediately. Only few words. It contains much money. We have to pay the money for that. Okay, so we send telegram as soon as your grandfather dead. We sent immediately telegram to those people. Those people means who is that? Mrs. Elizabeth Jordan and Ben Jordan. Miss Slade, they are coming to talk of it. The first and already over. A noise is heard. A noise is heard. That is in the bracket. So Henry Slater. Now explaining about Henry Slater. Who is Henry Slater? The husband of Mrs. Amelia Slater. He was heavy man. Heavy man means maybe fat. Heavy man with a drooping mustache. Drooping means drooping. What do you mean by drooping? Come down. Drooping mustache he has it like that, no? Mustache. Drooping mustache he has it. Mustache means here. What do you mean mustache? Misal. He was drooping like that. Okay, drooping mustache he has it. He enters inside. He is wearing a black tailcoat. wearing he was wearing a black tailcoat. He has it. Gray trousers. Trousers pint. Trousers means it is a gray in color. He wore gray trousers. Black tie he wore it, and a bowler hat he had. Bowler means round one. Bowler hat he has it. Round one. Okay. Round hat it has. He wore it, and he came inside the house. Okay. Who was the Miss Henry Slater? He is husband of Mrs. Amelia Slater. He enters into the room in his house. Henry, he was talking now. I'm wondering if they all come at all. I'm wondering if they all come at all. They all means here Mrs. Elizabeth Jordan and Ben Jordan. If they all come at all, when you and Elizabeth quarreled, she said she would never set foot in your house again. So what he was complaining, what he was telling that if they all come here, okay, and you and Elizabeth, you means Mrs. Amelia Slater, and you means Elizabeth, you both quarreled. Quarrel means fought each other. Fight, fought, quarreled. Quarrel means fought each other. And when you fought each other, that Elizabeth said she would never set foot. Means normally we say that నువ్వు చచ్చినంత వరకు నీ ఇంటి గడప తొక్కన్నాను. I won't foot on your house. So she only said that she would never set foot in your house again. Why she is coming now here? He was asking. Who was asking? The Henry was asking question to Mrs. Amelia Slater. Now Mrs. Slater was saying, she will come fast enough after her share of what our fathers left. Why she comes at here? She come fast enough. Why? After her share of what are our father left it, that she wanted a share. Share means bhagam. He said no bhagam. See, after father mother did it, and what are the properties there, they share each other. The sons or daughters, whatever maybe, they share each other. So for that purpose only she is coming here. Who said these words? Mrs. Amelia Slater was telling to Mr. Henry Slater. You know how hard she can be when she likes. She was telling, you know how hard she can. Who? The Elizabeth can be when she likes it. Whatever she likes it, how hard she could be. Who was telling? Mrs. Slater was telling to Henry. When she gets it from I can't tell. When she gets it, whatever she wanted, speaks harder. When he gets it, so I can't tell anything. Who said these words? Mrs. Amelia Slater was telling to Mr. Henry. Henry, I suppose it is in the family. I suppose it is in the family. Normally, in the family, they fight like that. They do it in the same manner. Somewhat they pause. Pause means waited. Where are my slippers? Mr. Slater was asking. Of course, I suppose it's in the family. It happens like that. Okay. Where are my slippers? He asked it. Mrs. Slater. In the kitchen. But you want a new pair. It is in the kitchen, but you want a new pair. Those old ones are nearly worn out. Worn out means completely tore out. Okay. Who was telling? Mrs. Slater was telling that in the kitchen, but you want a new pair. Those old ones are nearly worn out. Worn means completely tore out. Nearly breaking down. Worn out means nearly breaking down means somewhat tore. You don't seem to realize what it's costing me to bear up like I am doing. See, you don't seems to realize, seems to understand what it costing me. What it means? It means here the slippers costing to bear up. Bear means to pay, na. Bear means we have to maintain like that. Bear up like I am doing. I mean, I have to maintain. I am bearing that one. I am paying for that. My father's fit to break when I see the little trifles and belong to father lying around, and think he will never use them again. Yes, here my heart's fit to break. My heart's fit to break means my heart was somewhat breaking when I see the little trifle. Trifle means, what do you mean by trifle here? Trifle. Trifle means to mean slightly or to a small extent. See here, trifle means a little trifle, to mean slightly, not much, is very slightly or small extent. It extended, that one, that belong to father. That small one, trifles one, belongs to my father, lying around him, and think he will never use them again. Think that he will never use them again. Why? Because already he passed away. He dead. Okay, so those chappals, he would not use again. Who said these words? Mrs. Slater was telling to Mr. Slater. Briskly means quickly and energetic way. Immediately, here, you would better wear the slippers of my father's now, because already his father was dead. Her father was dead, so he bought it new slippers. Okay, now it is better that you can use these slippers. Who said these words? Mrs. Slater was telling to Mr. Henry Slater. Of my father's now. It is lucky you would just got a new pair. It is lucky means you are lucky. You had just got a new pair. Recently only he bought it, that you can wear it. Who said these words? Mrs. Amelia Slater said to Mr. Slater. Henry, they will be very small for me, my dear. They will be very small for me, my dear. Who said these words? Mr. Henry said to Mrs. Slater. Now Slater was saying, they will stretch. Stretch means they will stretch it. When you wear it, after wearing it can stretch it. Podugu perugutadi, we say, no, that one, stretch. Won't they stretch it? Yes. I am not going to have them wasted. So these chappals are there. Those belongs to my father. Now he was not available. He is passed away. So those slippers, I am not going to waste it. I am not going to waste it. So you can wear those slippers. Who said these words? Mrs. Amelia said to Mr. Slater. She has finished laying the table. When she has finished laying the table, now you are selling. Henry, I have been thinking about the bureau of my father's that in his bedroom. Yes, bureau means, what we have nowadays, we have bureaus. Okay, it was there in his father's room, in her father's room, in bedroom. It was there. So she was thinking about the bureau. Have been thinking. Who was been? Mrs. Slater have been thinking about the bureau of her father's, that is in his bedroom, and which means she wanted that bureau. Who wanted that? Mrs. Amelia Slater wanted that bureau, and she has been thinking about about bureau. I always wanted to have it after he died. See that, before die only she expected. When father dies it, she wanted to take it. Now she wanted to take that bureau. Who wanted to take that bureau? Mrs. Amelia Slater wanted to take it. Yes. Even they did not divide, because another sister is there. Who is that? Elizabeth Ben Jordan is there. Okay. But before that only, before dividing only, she wanted that bureau. Yes. Henry, you must arrange with Elizabeth when you dividing things up. Yes, definitely. You must arrange with Elizabeth. Means when Elizabeth comes it, you have to divide it. Biro will come to or not. You have to divide it. Divide things up. Whatever things are there, you have to both have to divide it and you have to take it. Who said these words? Mr. Henry said to Mrs. Amelia Slater. Amelia Slater. Elizabeth, the sharp she will, I am after it. Yes, I know it. Elizabeth, the sharp she will see when see that bureau, I am after it, and we will drive a hard bargain over. When looks after that bureau, when she looks at the bureau, immediately she is going to bargain. Bargain means bargain, no? When we go vegetable market, we bargain it. Why you tomato is 30 rupees, you can give 20 rupees at 15 rupees. We go and bargain. In the same way, when she looks into that bureau, then immediately she would bargain. She would bargain that one. That too she wanted that she may bargain. Yes, Henry. Perhaps she's got her eyes on the bureau as well. Perhaps maybe she also saw that bureau before as well. How you saw it in the same manner before she also saw that bureau that was in that father's bedroom. Already she saw it. Mrs. Slater. She has got her eyes on the bureau as well. Yes, she has got it. Her eyes means she saw that bureau in father's room as well. Same. Yes, Mrs. Slater. She has never been here since father bought it. She has not been here when the father bought this bureau. She was away from that. If it was only down here, instead of in his bedroom. Instead of in his bedroom, it should be downstairs. Who said this word? So Mrs. Amelia Slater was telling to Mr. Slater. She would never guess it wasn't our own. She never guessed it. When we bring it from upstairs to downstairs and we keep it, she never guessed that. She never guessed it. Is it our own? Who said these words? Mrs. Slater was telling to Mr. Slater. Henry. Startled. Startled means somewhat worried. Amelia. He rises. Amelia. He said Amelia. He rises like that. Mrs. Slater. Henry. Why shouldn't we bring that bureau down here now? Mrs. Amelia said, Henry, why shouldn't we bring that bureau down now here? We can do it before they come. They means here before the Ben Jordan, Elizabeth Jordan come it. Why can't we bring that bureau from upstairs to downstairs? She was asking question to Mr. Henry. Henry. Stupefied. Stupefied means he was shocked. Stupefied. Stupefied means shocked. Or you can also surprised. I wouldn't care to. He was surprised, he was shocked, and he said that I wouldn't care to. It is your wish. Mrs. Slater, don't look so draft. Draft means in a strange manner, rather strange. Don't look in a strange manner. Why not? Henry, it doesn't seem delicate somehow. It doesn't seem it is not delicate. Instead, the matter is very serious. It's not delicate somehow, he said. Who said that? Henry. Mrs. Slater, we could put the shabby old chest of drawers upstairs where the bureau is now. Elizabeth could have that and welcome. I have always wanted to get rid of it. Yeah, what she was pointing the drawers towards. She was pointing towards the drawers and was telling that. So down the one shabby old chest one is there, drawer is there, and she was telling we would put that shabby. Shabby means here looking old one. Shabby means old one. Shabby means look world, and bad condition also can write. Bad condition. That doesn't look good. So that is should be old chest, like a same table, bureau. Beside you can see that is the bureau. Chest of drawers upstairs. Where the bureau is now, that you can bring down, and this Sebby old chest you can keep upstairs. Where my father was there you can keep it. Elizabeth could have that. Even Elizabeth also could have that. And welcome, you can welcome it. I'm always wanted to get rid of it. I'm always get rid of means I always don't want to give to that person. Give to Elizabeth. She points out towards the drawers. Henry, suppose they come when we are doing it. Suppose when you are bringing from upstairs to downstairs, when they commit, when they means Mr. Jordan, Ben Jordan, and Elizabeth Jordan. When they commit, when you are doing it, when they commit, what happens now, Mrs. Slater? I will fasten the front door. Fasten means I will close the front door. Get your coat off means remove your coat, Henry. We will change it. We will change it means from upstairs to downstairs. We can bring that bureau. Who said these words? Mrs. Slater said to Mr. Henry. Mrs. Slater goes out to fasten the front door. Mrs. Amelia Slater goes towards the door side and fasten. Fasten means close the door, front door. Henry takes his coat off. Henry took off his coat. Mrs. Slater reappear. Mrs. Slater, Amelia Slater again reappear in that place after closing that front door. Fasten the front door. Mrs. Slater, I will run up and move the chairs out of way. I will run up and move the chairs out of the way. Who said Mrs. Slater? I will go there and remove all the chairs. I will go away. Victoria appears now. Who is the Victoria? The daughter of Mrs. Amelia Slater and Mr. Slater. She appears there, dressed according to her mother's instruction. Before her mother gave instruction, no, go and change your dress. It doesn't look that if you are wearing colorful dress when your grandfather died, when these people come it doesn't look good. Mrs. Amelia said to Victoria, and she went according to the instruction. She changed her dress and she came to that place. Victoria was saying, "What have you got your coat off for, father?" She was asking. Victoria was asking. Daughter was asking to father, "Father, what have you got your coat off for? Why did you remove your coat? Father, why did you remove your coat?" She asked Henry. "Mother and I are going to bring grandfather's bureau down here." Yes, mother and I are going to bring grandfather's bureau down here from upstairs to downstairs. We are going to bring down. Victoria, are you planning to pinch it? Are you planning to pinch it? Pinch it means steal. Pinch means steal. Steal means dongalinchuta. Are you planning to pinch it, steal it? Henry is shocked like that. Why she was saying like that? "No, my child, no. My grandpa gave it to your mother before he died." "No, my child. Grandpa gave it to your mother before he died. Before he did it, he gave the bureau to your mother." Victor, "This morning?" "Yes," Henry said. "Yes." Victoria, "Huh? He was drunk this morning." "Huh? He was drunk. He drank alcohol this morning." Mrs. Slater appears carrying a handsome clock under her arm. So Mrs. Slater appears carrying a handsome cloak. You can see the clock, keeping her arm under her arm. Means like that. She was bringing it. Mrs. Slater, "I thought I would fetch this. Fetch means bring this down as well. Not only Birva, even this clock also. She wanted to bring it. She wanted that clock also. She puts it on the metal piece. She puts the metal piece. There was a table is metal piece is there. There she kept it. Our clock's worth nothing, and this always appealed to me. Our clock worth nothing. Worth is nothing, But and this always appealed. Appeal means to call open. Another to me means it belongs to me. Who said these words? Mrs. Amelia said to Victoria and Mr. Henry. Victoria, that is grandpa's clock. Victoria was saying, that is a grandpa's clock. Mrs. Slater, be quiet. It is ours now. Be quiet, it's ours now. Come, Henry, lift your hand. Lift your hand means just to help that, lift that bureau. Now, somewhat is there. Henry and Mrs. Slater very hot and flushed. Flushed means success or fried. You mean that they are very excited because by their success or pride. Okay, flush means they are very hot. Hot means it's somewhat hot. Hot is not angry, and flushed. Flushed means success or pride. They are very proud. Proud, you can think it. Why? Because something they got it and they were success in that. They were and flushed. Stagger. Stagger means, what do you mean by stagger? Stagger. Stagger. Stagger means here you walk unsteadily. You walk unsteadily. Walk unsteadily means like walking like that. When they are carrying, so they may not carry properly. No, they move this side, that side. They walk unsteadily. Who? Mr. Slater and Mrs. Amelia Slater, in which a pretty old-fashioned bureau. It was very pretty, beautiful, old-fashioned bureau containing a locked desk. That bureau contains a locked desk. Lock. We can also lock it. They put it where the chest of drawer was. Where they brought from upstairs to downstairs. Before, where the chest drawers were there they kept it. Who kept that? This both Mrs. Amelia Slater and Mr. Slater. They kept that where the chest of drawer was there. They kept it. And straightened the ornaments. What are the ornaments are there? They straightened it. There they kept it, etc. There is a knock at the door. There is a knock at the door. Someone was knocking the door. The knocking is repeated. The knocking is repeatedly they are knocking it. Victoria, who sees in Ben and Mrs. Jordan. You sees means what do you mean we sees? Means welcome. Welcome both of them, Ben Jordan and Mrs. Elizabeth Jordan. She welcomes them. Who welcomes that? Victoria. She goes there and opens the door and she welcomes both of them. The latter means the second is a stout. Later means second one, Mrs. Jordan. They are explaining about her, how she was. She was a stout. Stout means very fat or rounded. Complacent woman. Complacent means a satisfied woman. Complacent means write it. That also write on the board. Complacent means satisfied. Satisfied woman. Complacent means she was very satisfied woman. Mrs. Jordan, Elizabeth Jordan, woman with an irritating hair of being always right. Irritating hair of being always right means what are the she speaks, that is a right. Irritate someone and even she speaks, that is a correct. She is wearing an outfit of a new morning. She is wearing an outfit of new morning. Morning means just because her father did it. Somewhat morning. Morning means somewhat she shows that sorrow towards her father. Towards her father. Morning, no? Father crying like. Somewhat she was a outfit of new morning. Ben is also in complete new morning. Even Ben Jordan also complete in morning. Morning means somewhat very sorrow and feeling very sorrow, showing very sorrow towards her, towards his uncle. Is rather a jolly little man. Is rather a jolly little man. Always he was a joyful man. but at present trying to adapt himself to the regrettable occasion. But even he was a joyful little man, always he was happy. But at present he was trying to adapt himself. What adapt himself to the regrettable occasion? Regrettable means an event, an action, an event or an action means because it is already her uncle dead. Because of that reason, he was somebody was showing regrettable means somebody was showing sorrow towards his uncle. Mrs. Jordan sails into the room. Sails means get into the room and solemnly. Solemn is serious manner. Solemnly means here serious. Solemn means a serious manner. Serious manner. She gets into the room. She goes straight to the Mrs. Slater and kisses her. She enters in the room and she goes straight towards the Mrs. Slater, Amelia Slater, and she kisses her. Even the Ben Jordan, the men shakes hands. Both of Ben Jordan, Mr. Slater, they shakes hands. Okay. Now there is the explanation. Now again, Mrs. Jordan. Well, Amelia, and so he is gone at last. Gone means he passed away. Mrs. Jordan was Elizabeth Jordan was telling to Amelia. Well, Amelia, and so he has gone at last. Has gone means passed away at last. Mrs. Slater. Yes, he has gone. Yes, he passed away. He was 72 a fortnight last Sunday. How many? He was 72 years and more fortnight. Fortnight means 2 weeks. 72 years, 2 weeks he was. At last Sunday he did it. She sniffs back at tears. Sniffs means she tears from her eyes. Tears it means she cries that. Ben. Cheerfully means cheer and actively was saying, now Amelia, you must give away. Now Amelia, you must give away. So no need to cry about that. We have all got to die. We all should die sometime or the other. All have to die it. Some after the other. Maybe today and tomorrow you. So some after we have to, somewhat we may die it in future. Okay, no need to worry about that. Mr. Jordan. And now, perhaps you will tell us all about it. Perhaps, maybe, you will tell us all about it. What happened to our father. Everything you have to tell me. Who said this? Mr. Jordan asked the Mrs. Amelia. Mrs. Slater, Amelia Slater. Father had been merry this morning. Father had been merry. Merry means he was very happy this morning. He went out soon after breakfast to pay his insurance. After breakfast, what happened? He went outside and then to pay his insurance. To pay insurance, he went outside. Who went outside? Grandfather. Their father went outside to pay the insurance. Ben, my word, it is a good thing he did. My God, it is a good thing he did it. Why? If you pay the insurance, you will get the amount. After he dies, when he dies it, and the whole amount come to these two people, who Mrs. Jordan and Mrs. Amelia Slater. Mrs. Jordan, he always was thoughtful in that way. Yes, my father was thoughtful in that way. Always he pays it. He was thoughtful man. He was too honorable to have gone. Means so he was a honorable person to go there and pay insurance without paying his premium. Gone without paying his premium, without paying insurance, he may not go. He was too honorable man that he have gone without paying his premium. Without paying his premium, so he paid insurance and he passed away. Henry. And when I came in, I found him undressed, sure enough, and snugged in bed. Henry was telling, Mr. Henry, what he was telling, when I came to his bedroom, I found him undressed. Undressed means dress was not there, sure enough, and he snug in bed. Snug means comfortable. Snug means comfortably in his bed. Means he was sleeping it. Snug means here comfortable. Comfortable. Okay. He was sleeping in his bed. Who said these words? Henry Slater was telling to Mrs. Jordan and Ben Jordan. Mrs. Slater, Amelia Slater. And when we would finish dinner, when we had finished dinner, I thought I had take up a bit of something on a tray. So, and when we had finished dinner, when they finished the dinner, I thought I would take up a bit of something on a tray. She wanted to take a bit of anything to eat that father. She took in her tray. He always lying there for all the world as if he was asleep. He was lying there for all the world. Means all the time he was sleeping there. If he was asleep, we thought that if he was asleep means sleep. So I put the tray down on the bureau. So I put the tray. Tray means what is the food she bought it and down on the bureau. Bureau means before it was there now. Immediately she changed her voice. What the no bureau correcting herself. She was correcting herself. What is she was correcting on the chest of drawers because they kept the chest of drawers on that. They took the bureau. Immediately she corrected herself and she said that no on that chest of drawers I kept the tray and went to awaken him. Went to awaken means make him to. I went to get him up. What happened? A pause. Somewhat. He was quite cold. He was quite cold means he passed away. He died there itself. Who said these words? Mrs. Slater said to Mrs. Jordan. Mrs. Slater, rising briskly, quickly, at length in a business-like tone. What did she said? Well, will you go up and look at him now, or shall we have tea? She was somewhat briskly and saying quickly, like a business, like a tone. Well, will you go up and look at him now, or shall we have tea? She asked the question to those people. Mrs. Jordan, why do you say Ben? What do you say, Ben? She was asking to her husband. Ben, I'm not particular. I'm not sure about that. Whether go on upstairs and see the father or come down or we shall have the tea. He was not sure about that. Mrs. Jordan, surveying the table. Surveying means examining the table. Well then, if the kettle is ready, we may as well have tea first. Kettle means that teapot. When the kettle is ready means when the tea is ready, we may as well have the tea first. We will have the tea first, then we go and see the father. Mrs. Slater puts the kettle on the fire and gets tea ready. She goes out inside and she put the kettles on the fire and gets tea ready. Henry, one thing we may as well decide now is the announcement in the papers. Henry was telling what Henry was telling that one thing we may as well decide now the announcement in the paper. They wanted to give announcement in the paper. Who said these words? Henry said to those people. Mrs. Jordan, I was thinking of that. I also wanted to. I am thinking about that. What would you put? What do you write on that? Again pause. Little pause was there. Mrs. Jordan. Well, we will think about it after tea. Well, we will think about after tea, after having tea, and then we will look through his bits of things and make a list of them. What she was after drinking, after we can see that after drinking tea, we can say that. Then, well, we look through his bits of things. What are the things he has it, and we can make the list. We can make the list. What are the things belongs to father? You have to make the list first of all. There is all the furniture in this room. There is all furniture. What are the furniture was there? Furniture were there in that in his room that we have to make list. Who said these words? Mrs. Jordan said to all of them. Henry, there is no jewelry or valuable of that sort. He has no jewelry or valuable of that sort. Nothing was there to him. Jordan, except this gold watch. He promised that to our Jimmy. Mrs. Jordan said, except this gold watch. Except this gold watch, he can everything in a next hour. Why? Because he promised, who's my father, promised that to our Jimmy. Jimmy means her son. Jimmy means her son. Who promised that her father promised that to give, would give to her son. That promised it. Mrs. Slater, promised your Jimmy. I never heard of that. Promised to your Jimmy. I never heard of that. Mr. Jordan. Oh, but he did, Amelia. But he didn't. He promised it, Amelia. When he was living with us, he promised that he would give the watch to Jimmy. He was very fond of Jimmy. He was very interested in Jimmy. Who said these words? Mrs. Jordan said to Mrs. Slater. Mrs. Slater. Well, I don't think. Well, he was amazed and said that I don't know whether he said or not. Who said that? Mrs. Slater said to Mrs. Jordan. Ben. Anyhow, there is his insurance money. Have you got the receipt for the premium that he paid this morning? Ben Jordan was telling. Anyhow, there is his insurance money. Money is there. Have you got the receipt for the premium he paid this morning? He asked the question to those people. Mrs. Slater, have not seen it. I did not see that one. I did not see that premium slip. Victoria jumps up from the sofa and comes behind the table. Victoria means the daughter of Mrs. Amelia. She jumps up from the sofa and comes behind the table. What she said? Victoria, Mother, I don't think Grandpa went to pay his insurance this morning. Victor said, Mother, I don't think Grandpa went to pay his insurance this morning. Mrs. Slater, he went out. Victoria, yes, but he didn't go into the town. He met old Mr. Tattersall down the street and they went off past St. Philip Church. Where he went it? Who was telling these words? Victoria was saying, yes, but he did not go into the town. Where he went? He met old Mr. Tattersall down the street. He went to the down street and they went off past St. Philip's Church. He went it. They both went it St. Philip's Church. Ben, do you think he hasn't paid it? Was it overdue? Do you think that he hasn't paid it for that premium? Was it overdue? Mrs. Slater, I should think it was overdue. I should think that it was overdue. Mrs. Jordan was saying, Elizabeth Jordan, something tell me he has not paid it. Something tell me he has not paid it. Ben, the drunkard old beggar. He got very angry and Ben Jordan was telling that the drunkard old beggar, he said. Who said that? Ben Jordan said to all of them and he was scolding that his uncle. Mr. Jordan, he's done it on purpose just to annoy us. What she was telling that Elizabeth Jordan was telling that he's done it on purpose. On purpose only. He did not pay the money just to annoy us. Annoy us means make angry us. Yes, Mrs. Slater. After all I have done for him, have to put up with him in the house these 3 years. It is nothing short of fiddling. What she was telling that after I have done for him, everything I look after him, everything I put up with him in the house, everything I gave it. This 3 years, 3 years I look after him, but it is nothing short of fiddling. Nothing. Fiddling means cheating. Instead of being, I helped him each and everything for 3 years, but at last he cheated me. Who said these words? Mrs. Slater. Now fiddling means cheating. Fiddling. Who's cheated? Father. Father and cheated Mrs. Slater. She has been looking after the father. He cheated her. Mrs. Jordan, I have to put off with him for 5 years. So I had to look after with him for 5 years. Who said that? Mrs. Elizabeth Jordan said to all of them. Mrs. Slater. And you were trying to turn him over to us all the time. Of course, you look after him for 5 years, but always you are trying to turn him over to us all the time, and you wanted to send towards us. Who said this one? Mrs. Slater. Mrs. Slater said to Mrs. Jordan, Henry. But we don't know for certain that he has not paid the premium. Henry said that, but we don't know for certain that he has not paid the premium. Whether he paid or not, nobody knows. Who said these words? Henry. Mr. Henry said to those people. Mrs. Slater. Victoria, run upstairs and fetch that bunch of keys. That's on your grandpa's dressing table. Mrs. Slater was telling to Victoria, Victoria, run upstairs. Go to upstairs and fetch means bring the bunch of keys that's on your grandpa's dressing table. Go and bring it. Who said these words? Mrs. Slater said to the Victoria. Victoria, timidly. Timid means lack of courage, having no courage. Grandpa's room. I have to go for grandpa's room because grandpa already did it. Mrs. Slater, yes. Victoria, I don't like to. I don't like to go there. Mrs. Slater, don't talk to so silly. Don't talk in a silly manner. There is no one who can hurt you. There was no one there to hurt you. Go there and bring the bunch of keys. Victoria goes out reluctantly. Reluctant means a hesitating manner. Reluctantly means a hesitating manner. She goes towards the grandfather's room. We will see if he is locked the receipt up in the bureau. We shall see that if he locked the receipt, the premium receipt, whether he locked in the bureau or not. Let us see that. Who said that? Mrs. Slater said it. Ben. In where? In this thing, he rising and examines it. When she said that bureau, when Mrs. Amelia later said, let us check in the bureau whether the receipt kept or not. Immediately, Ben Jordan, in where? In this thing, bureau is down only, he is rising and examines it. Examines, so look carefully at that bureau. Mrs. Jordan saying, also rising, where did you pick up that? Where did you pick that up, Amelia? Where did you pick up that, Amelia? It is new since last I was here. It was new. Since last I was here, it was new. What is that bureau? They examines closely. Both, who's that? Ben Jordan and Elizabeth Jordan. They closely examines that bureau. Mrs. Slater. Oh, Henry picked it up one day. Oh, Henry, we picked it up one day. Victoria returns very scared. Scared means frightened. She closes the door after her. When she comes out of the room, immediately she closed the door. And somewhat she was scared. Scared means frightened. Who frightened that? Victoria. Frightened, and she comes back. Victoria. Mother. Mrs. Slater. What is it, child? Victoria. Grandpa getting up. Ben. What? Mrs. Slater. What do you say? Victoria. Grandpa getting up. Mrs. Jordan. The child's crazy. The child is crazy. Why? Because once grandpa dead, how can he gets up? The child is crazy. Mrs. Slater. Don't talk so silly. Mrs. Slater was saying, Amelia Slater was, don't talk silly. Don't you know your grandpa's dead? Don't you know that your grandpa's passed away? Victoria. No, he's getting up. I saw him. No, he getting up. I saw him. Who said these words? Victoria said to those people. They are transfixed. Transfixed means completely confused. Yeah. Transfixed means transfixed means here by completely By completely focused attention. Transfixed means by completely focused attention. Everyone focused towards the door with amazement, surprised. Victoria clungs to Mrs. Slater. Clungs means jumps to Mrs. Slater. Just and embraced her very frightening manner. Ben suddenly, "Hist, listen, hist, listen. What is there?" And then they look at the door. Everyone look at the door. A slight chuckling means laughing quietly, is heard from upstairs. And maybe grandfather was laughing. Chuckling means ha ha ha, laughing quietly from the upstairs. The door opens, revealing an old man clad. Clad means completely covered with the clothes. Okay, when the door opens, revealing an old man. Reveal means coming out. Old man clad. Clad means covered with cloth in a faded manner, dull manner, but gay dressing gown. Gay color dress gown he had it. He is in his stocked means here a soft garment on the foot. He is in his stocked means nothing here, a soft garment on the foot and lower leg feet. Although over 70 was 70 years. He is vigorous means very energetic. Vigorous means very energetic and well colored. Was well colored man. He is bright, malicious eyes. Malicious means here. What do you mean by malicious? Malicious. Malicious means harmful. Harmful eyes means looking very fearful eyes. He was very bright. Malicious eyes, fearful eyes. Twinkling under his heavy, reddish grey eyebrows. Twinkling under his heavy, reddish grey eyebrows is there. Eyebrows are there. He is obviously, clearly, either the old man Abel Merriweather, or else he is ghost. Maybe he is the old man. Old man, who is the old man? Abel Merriweather, or maybe he is a ghost. That they were thinking it. Thank you all.